Athletes are setting up again. We have 20 more seconds on the clock to see how fast can we throw these. I'm trying to decide
You haven't had one yet.
distance for a few shots, or do I
There you
stand?
go. One,
That's
two,
much energy as I can. Just shot them as well as the GHD.
And most of these ladies have a really solid technique of using those hip flexors like we talked about, where they're going to start with a bent knee sitting up on top of this device. And as they reach back, they're going to try to maintain a little bend in that knee. And in order to throw that ball, they're going to first activate by slamming that leg straight and then getting the momentum from their legs and hips to catapult that ball out of the field.
Here you see Becca Boyd settling in, getting ready for this. She practices her.
Yeah, I talked to Becca Boyd about this last week, and she, when the events were announced, she definitely started practicing in the gym. She's feeling really good about this event.
That might be heat 2, but it feels like a heat 4 with all these athletes in here.
Definitely some top competitors that we're used to seeing in those final
13:30. Looking at the rocket that, you can see they're just throwing it as hard as they can, going for speed and power. There's only 10 seconds left. Lindsay looking like she had a little trouble with the exchange there. Camille, the ball's going down the field. You see her landing in that zone. 2-1, it's over. Now it's time to reset. We have about 60 seconds to the ball toss to event 6, our track triplet.
So this first event almost looking more like a carnival event, and if you're throwing for distance, like we've got the grid lines on the field, kind of a little bit different thing than we've ever seen in the CrossFit event, and then taking them right back to a traditional triplet of the doing open and the gym.
We see this fun, unique skill that they're implementing here. It reminds us of last year when we saw that softball toss.
Right, definitely throwing a wrench into what most people traditionally would be practicing. I don't know if any athletes that are tossing medicine ball full distance on the free hand.
You see they've got 30 seconds to regroup, resetting, now moving on to event 6. This is 17-2. This event is worth 100 points.
Looks like they're going to have a short run to get into that first set of barbells.
14 left. This is volume right.
So they're going to come in, they're going to come around the track around that first turn. They're going to run to their station.
Surprising you guys have the best bunch of it.
8 split snatches, meaning you have to alternate your feet every time you do a rep. 7
Turn it on, here we go.
7 bar runs. It's a unique movement we have yet to see in
12 left.
CrossFit Games. And then a 400-meter run. We've got 3 rounds of that coming up.
So Camille LeBlanc is definitely an athlete to watch in this event. Strong runner, former gymnast, is going to excel with those bar muscles.
That one was taxi.
Almost
Fucking all over the place.
You maybe see a top 30 players, and you can see Lindsay and they're off. Sprinting to the barbell. They realize that this isn't part of that 400-meter run. This is just
7 left.
2 different bars. Coming around the turn, we got into their specific barbell. 8 split snatches, 7 bar muscle ups, and then the really tough challenge again. How fast can I take out that 400-meter run? See some girls pacing themselves. They're coming in. They know they've got a lot of work ahead of them. It's not so much how fast you get there, but how fast you go when.
3 left. And you do it all at once.
You see the bar switch statue. People look like crazy trying to get to their
to find their station. Athletes have been assigned ahead of time which bar to go to.
You see right there, they switching.
Nope.
Alternate legs, especially on each breath.
Keep in mind, see here at Lindsay Smith next to Camille LeBlanc, and she is much taller and has to travel that much further distance, not necessarily distance,
Yay.
but just keep in mind.
So reset there.
You go 6 in a row.
She's got some guns and they've got that in the first four.
I realize that these athletes are bending over each time to put that bar on the ground. That starts to wear on the lower back.
And
They just use the same muscle to be able to run that bar.
She's off the bar, a little help up to the barbell for the bar. We have Becca Boyd right next to Caroline Fruitland.
Becca Boyd practices that split snatch regularly when she lifts. Doesn't alternate legs though, so I don't know if that might throw her off.
Well, there's a little slip on the bar, unfazed, making the flow nice and smooth. She wants to switch up.
So we've got her in all areas. She's doing a great job.
And she is second in a row, off of the second run, finish up that second round. And she's just putting mildly.
better not stop.
Becca Boyd struggling those bars. But it was Camille almost halfway through the run. The next closest competitor is still on the bar, trying to get those muscle-ups in.
Huge advantage if you have that technique and those just don't take you like that. You have to really fight to get up from the bar and press out to get that one. Huge advantage. The top right over to get pretty much end on top.
We see those moving off the bar, trying to run down the corner.
Cheers makes a good noise.
He's running around the corner, but there she is. There's your leader.
Yeah.
Heat 2 of event 6. She saw it first week ago. She knows she has
Just a mere 7 left.
2 more after her. That's what we always say.
That's what it
It's
is.
not just how well you do in this heat. You've got 2 more after her. They're rounding the last turn. She's coming up to her bar, and she's got
That was 6. That was not an easy 6.
and then finishing with a 400-meter run. She has no one pushing her at this point other than, I know I got to chase the people in League 1. I've got 2 more that's coming after me. I'm going to set the bar, but I want to raise it before the people come up to me.
And as they said, there's no one on her tail, but she is, I'm sure she's going to blow happy and get right under that bar.
Goes 3 right there, trying to go unbroken. She knows she's in the lead. She's got to keep putting distance between her and everyone else.
They're about 5 minutes early.
There you go. 8, 10,
You get through 96 steps. Yeah, he just took it up.
Gets you 7 more
I
unbroken.
think she's got it. Look at the job. She's going to get it over. She wants it. She knows she's got to start back to the top feet. This is the way she's going to do it.
And they see that press out, not quite as smooth as it was in the beginning, but when you're working hard and you're fighting to get as fast as you can, being pretty in the last round really doesn't happen.
Definitely. And for her, some of those later ones, she's able to get a little bit more off her hip, and then maybe the next one a little bit less.
And there you go. Camille LeBlanc decimating the field at Heat 2. She's off for her final run. This is when you guys start turning the jets on. Finish strong.
Yeah, she's not the one to kick too soon, but you can tell that she's an experienced runner, and she's ready to do it. Got to get that fast time, move her back up where she wants to be.
Yeah, realize she doesn't like to be in Heat 2 very often. She's at Heat 4 times. She's showing it right now.
Exactly.
Two down.
Yeah, it can be really tough out alone on the track where to really push it, knowing that you're trying to do well, but really do that some sort of race again to race out.
Thank you.
Up to the ground, your tail.
You see that boys fairly through and battling and trying to move up in that second place position.
Caroline also a former gymnast.
And there on your left, Camille LeBlanc. She might finish before everyone else gets off the bar. I'm not sure, but I think that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to make a statement. And Caroline Krugel off the bar. That boy off the bar, and here they go. 400-meter run. They got a little race here.
I'll tell you, Becca's definitely gonna want to catch Caroline on this one. Third place in the game last year. She's looking for the top of the league this year, and she'll pass the point. She can see up there.
And Camille LeBlanc running around the final turn of that 400-meter run.
There's that kick. She's really straight right now. Taking her stride. That's why she can.
Kelly, look at the look on her face. Coming in, she's working hard. It's not going to bring this all because that Camille LeBlanc is going to get first place in Heat 2. But how much can she put herself between her and the rest of the field? They see right now unofficial time, 9:11 of Heat 2. There you have Caroline Woodward, that point. Caroline looks to be a pretty decent runner. She's like, I'm not just a gymnast, guys.
She wants that second place, and she's not gonna let that be captain.
And again, not the second place in your heat. You got the other heat that's swim. You got 2 more to go.
Same as 82, that's
Again,
75.
you're not used by 5 seconds, but it's just 2 people next to 3 guys. Those are places that you
Same run with every 70 pounds.
they turn around that final turn, trying to take that straightaway, realize I might get put in this heat, but I'm still trying to get that fastest time. Caroline is coming to the end. Striding out to the very finish. She second place in this heat.
25 rounds left. 30 different.
Just off the bar. She is finished third on there you have Caroline Kirby. Seems to be tired. She's still under pinto. She sits at the front of the back.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have their post-workout strategy. Some kind of crumble down to the ground and go up the limit if they lay down other ones.
And there's your P2 winner, Camille Blanc-Bazinet, takes first, but not just takes first, shows the rest. 2 more heats come in.
She pretty much set the standard there.
We have Becca Boyd, your third place finisher in P2. Checking off that car. These are your top 3 finishers that we still have. There's 9 here you see it coming in the final stretch, but there's your top 3. Camille LeBlanc, Caroline Kirby, and Rebecca Boyd. This is heat 2. We have 2 more to go. Event 6. Plenty of work for the rest of the weekend, but she's starting today up.
Coming though, isn't it, 10?
And the women get set. We're on event 5, heat 3, the ball tops. Some of your top winners we see in here. We've got these last 2 weeks to come. You see names like, I don't know, Kristen Clever, Elizabeth Applewhite. I'm not familiar with these people. See Candace Ruiz getting set on top of that GHD. World King Lewis, all right. And there's your women. You see we've got Katrine Davidsdottir from Iceland and Michelle Tongren from Canada. This lady gets set. Here we got 10 seconds. Throw as many balls as we can. 2 counts, 20 seconds, 2, and we're off. 20 seconds. We're going for speed. We're going for distance. You can see they lay back, throw a lot of different techniques here. We have some coffee and slip right with that ball.
Utilize the GHD sit-up, so we have to get ball on the field. Abdominal exercise to do body muscle.
Just like that.
Types of releases then.
Just like that. We got a big 5 over.
Very fast.
We got the second wave to go. We're reset. We've seen many different techniques. Is it go first, sit up second, sit up second, go first.
Really trying to get that.
2 rounds left.
The fourth extremity, getting that release from the ball after you've already generated the power from the hips and the core, that was abdominal, the directors in the back. Releasing too early or trying to throw with the arms too early, you're not going to get the power out of the hips and legs. But being patient and waiting for those to fire first, and then use your arms and catapult. Win that ball.
So it's in the second. We think more this might be a
Hold the left something careful.
athletes. A little bit longer.
This is an event that I was pretty
I thought the other things all fucked up there.
Screw.
Jamie Gold earlier too, one of the shorter athletes, and then doing very well compared to some of the taller athletes who just don't know. And look, he's got the coordination, brilliant at this point.
You missed on the right side.
It's unique hand grip.
Sorry, about 25.
25, huh?
25. Number 3. 20 seconds. Max tosses with a 2-pound medicine ball. We're going for the reps, distance line. And here we are. 20 seconds. It goes quick. You see that it's launching them, trying to get that good roll.
As they reach back, they're trying to keep their hips loaded so they can fire their legs down.
They're losing half the volume. All of it.
Rapid fire.
How are they measuring?
Very impressive. Rapid fire finishing.
How are you?
And there we have got 20 seconds down. We're going to take a small 60-second break. After we're going to reset. And now we have 6 heat 3. Beat track, speed, trick, start going to track. They should have run around the straightaway. Get to their 8 split snatches at 75 pounds. I'm going to alternate each and every rep.
How about the each of the athletes being tripped up by that just yet?
It seems to be pretty easy. I think the weights.
Right, and I think having this play is just a fun little way of mixing it up.
If they say they got you just after
Very comfortable. Comfortable snatching 75 pounds, really just getting that load up without pressure. But a squat.
Everyone's left.
This split just kind of was adequate bonus for them.
might not have to
And now for those split snatches, we of course have your bar muscle up, which has just been fantastic to see so far. And then after that, we have 1 4-meter run. It's not like I have done any much running
I know there's pressure on it in this last round.
Yes, there is.
Looking at Chris and Clever right there.
Don't worry, I'll bring it up a lot.
Heat 3 of the mid-6. We got one round right here. These ladies are ready to put their mark. Everyone's chasing the yellow clock. That's today at the time of 9 minutes and 11 seconds.
Might be my fastest round.
Here come the athletes you see right there. We have Jessa Lamone from CrossFit EXP. She's the first in the bar. Here we go. 8 split snatches, 75 pounds. They're beginning to look really like that.
Definitely hyped up and excited to get their first crossword, their first bar win of the weekend. We talked to Jessa yesterday and she was really excited to get into some of the weightlifting events.
We just see that first round of the 8 runs. It always is really nice and quick. And she's off. She'll be the first one in the bar, followed by Kristen Fleck. Trying to reset on that hip. Some of this work is getting real fits.
It's all about timing and always timing that hip really when they pop up on top, saving their arms.
There you got a few of your athletes. Everyone's too far now. We got 7 bar muscle ups and we're going for that 400-meter run. This is round number 3, 6.
Huge advantage for those athletes because you keep themselves on the bar for all 7. Athletes that have to come down are really going to get back.
Last round.
Last chance. Didn't look like she had much problem with bars.
Not at all. Kristen Fleck is going to make a push for that top time and try to bump herself back to the top of the stage.
So the first 4 events, you say, for jumping over top of the records all over the leaderboard. They're mixed up in these keys. You see that one more after this. Kristen Clever chasing that number 1 time right now, set by Camille LeBron Castaneda of 9 minutes and 11 seconds.
Definitely in a lower spot for this.
That failed, but it was tough.
It was rough.
Definitely got my hand. This is an event she's been looking forward to since it was posted, and she's got her sights on the first place finish.
See Kristen Clever's in the lead, following closely. We have 17-year-old Colleen Mayer from Front Range CrossFit, right next to her Cheryl Gross. Eugene CrossFit.
Failing under pressure.
There we have the youngest and the oldest with competitors right there. Colleen was 17, Cheryl was 41. She's like, oh, I'm running next to my daughter.
It's pretty cool to both athletes there.
Burning a lot of time.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Kristen Clever in your lead at a time about 2:40 right there, passing the final stretch. She's coming into the 8 snatches. It's the most potent I've ever seen Kristen Clever in the last 2 years.
There's definitely excited with her.
Yeah, your leader, Kristen Clever, coming up to the 2nd set, 8 split snatches.
And while Kristen is one of the smaller competitors, 75 pounds, I can assure you is a very likely gotta think is that whole